And that's all we got. And he may cut it back from there depending on health. Whatever we've got this half, we go right back to movement, to keys.
Get outside, stay outside, run the alley, come on, put him down.
Good job, B.
Come on, Small. Come on, Small.
Hands up! Come on.
Oh,
Fourth down.
ball.
Get it. Hands up!
It's kind of, I guess, maybe gives you a better read sometimes. Obviously, I haven't seen the film yet, but anything stand out to you?
One, our two backs, the only two backs that we had available today, did a really, really good job. We personneled ourselves out of our primary two-back formationing. My goal was to keep it around 10, max out at 15% of total snaps. We'll see how true I was to my word when we actually count them up, but I think I was pretty close. We tried to be very, very basic and simplistic in our first scrimmage. We competed with everything that we have in the install, but we made a list last night of the things that we wanted to get on film. And this was called less of a game or like a game and more like a straight script of, okay, we need to get X number of snaps of this on film. We need to get X number of snaps of that on film. And basically went from there. So we're not necessarily treating this as a game situation, though it is a game atmosphere, game tempo for our kids with the officials out and everything. But I'm pleased. I'm always going to be irritated when the ball doesn't get in the end zone. And we defended fairly well. We were pressured. We've got good teaching film. And our defense has enough installed right now with the new structure and new staff and all the things that they're learning and teaching, sometimes on the same day. So I'm pleased. I need to look at the film, obviously, to look at it and make sure that we're gap sound. But I felt like we got after each other a little bit. We competed. It wasn't us just creasing them one of that, and it wasn't just us getting knocked back. So there's some give and take, but we need to get the ball in the end zone. Bottom line is we need to get the ball in the end zone. So we got 3 points out of this thing and missed another field goal.
Elijah looks like maybe a guy who could be ready to have a chance to play right away. What have you seen from him in the first
it's
week
a young
or so?
group to begin with. Our experienced players are both going to be rising sophomores, redshirt sophomores. Now it'll be their third year in the program. We feel very good about Ronnie and Shannon. Very, very good. But we're obviously going to have to play with more than two backs. So the rest of them are freshmen. And Elijah is the one freshman that is here and came in mid-year. He can run. There's a reason we recruited him. He can run. He's roughly about 170, 75 pounds maybe as his body matures. We're anxious. He was struggling a little bit early to grasp it, but the one good thing about having limited backs is he's getting every rep. So he's learning by opportunity as well as reps. He's hanging on his tongue a few days, but we're very pleased.
Any position groups or individuals that stood out today or just over the first week or so?
Well, I mentioned last week that I feel like there's the primary core of our receiving group has a chance to be really good. I'm excited about where our tight ends can be. We've got experience coming back up front offensively. Frank Cerrone, all-conference player. Jackson Williamson has been an all-conference type player in the past. The only one we lose is Eric. We've developed and built competition, and our hope as coaches is that will bleed into curing a lot of problems, and that people can compete themselves, and the collective gets better. Our quarterback play, Shane is on top of things. I like what London did some today. I need to go back and look at the film. Nobody made any glaring mistakes in terms of our checks or them getting us in and out of particular plays. Our plan is to put more on the quarterbacks than we have in the past, truly on the quarterbacks. So we'll see. We're a work in progress. Robert did some good things, but there's too many inconsistencies, drastic inconsistencies. There's inconsistencies with all of them to varying degrees. Defensively, we are what we are up front defensively. When we're healthy and we're right, we're pretty daggone good. We're solid in our primary starters at linebacker with solid youth coming. Zane Cruz and J.D. Sosby, very good players in our conference. Very, very good players. Bobby Ruff is a proven player in our conference. In the box, Shadarius Hopkins has not been out here for the last 4 practices because of a hamstring pull. We are hoping to get him back, hopefully, possibly by next Monday. So we're dealing with straight youth. There are no starters on the back end. They, our corners, I felt pretty good about today. Again, I'm going to have to go back and look at the film. And our safety play, Brandon Rowland, I personally feel, and Mike Adams has concurred. We've got a young man with ability. Our other guys are coming. So where there's youth, we're a ways away from seeing what it's all about. Where there's experience, we're pleased so far.